Hello, I'm Rico Cavello. Welcome to this episode of Fearless Aging, where in every episode, my guests and I, we strive to offer you proven tips and strategies that can make a huge difference in your overall health and well-being. So we're here to inspire you and empower you to become your best self so you can go out and make a bigger positive impact in the world. So the title of today's is a really important one. It's one that we haven't talked about a lot on our show. The title of today's episode is The Link Between Sexual Health, Intimacy, and Overall Well-Being. And our expert guest today, his name is Jeff Abraham. He's the CEO of Promescent, which is, okay. So he's the CEO of Promescent with a bold vision to make sexual wellness more accessible, effective, and inclusive. After a successful career in tech recruiting, Jeff was introduced to a revolutionary treatment for premature ejaculation by his close friend, neurologist Dr. Ronald Gilbert. And inspired by its potential to change lives, Jeff invested in this product and became the major owner, launching what has become Promescent's flagship delay spray. So, Jeff Abraham, thank you so much for being here.
It's my pleasure. Well, I enjoy being here.
Yeah. So, I'm going to start off by letting our audience know that Jeff has a great gift for you. If you stay to the end, we'll let you know how you can do that. It's a big discount if you're interested in the products that he's going to talk about, and I think you will be. All right, so Jeff, so we just, even in the introduction, we talked a little bit about, but tell us a little bit more about your story, how you got involved with this and why you thought it was so important.
I started my career, I got involved in the semiconductor industry and then rose up and became the CEO of a technical recruiting company that placed semiconductor engineers for making integrated circuits. I was very fortunate. At 53, I had a chance to retire. I sold my business and made a lot of money and decided I was going to relax and enjoy the rest of my life and just kick back. And my next door neighbor, best friend, and doctor happened to be a urologist, Hoag Hospital, Newport Beach. And one day I was in for my yearly physical, and he said, "Hey, I invented this treatment for PE. I really expect, because I grew up pretty poor, and I made something out of myself." He goes, "I really respect your business acumen. Can you help me out with this business?" And the business was Promescent. Mm-hmm. And so I gave it some thought, invested in the company, wrote him a business plan, helped him out. And about a year later, they asked me to take over the company. And I thought it would be a 2 to 3 year stint. The company was doing about 80,000 a year. I thought I'd get them up to $1 million or $2 million, then would sell it and I'd kick back and retire.
Yeah.
8 years later, we're approaching 15 million a year in revenue, well on our way to 20 million a year in revenue. And all of a sudden, I kind of had a second career that I wasn't planning on. So things went really, really, really well. We broke into Target, we broke into CVS, we broke into Walmart, Meijer, HEB, Wegmans. So we're all over the map now. So, we were very fortunate that our product happens to be the best thing on the market for treating premature ejaculation or for men who just want to last longer. And, you don't want to retire too early and miss the sweet spot of this, but we're getting close to that point now where we have the revenue and volume where it's time to put it in the hands of a much bigger player to take it to $100, $200 million a year. So we'll be doing that shortly.
So how big of a problem is this? Is this really what would you say, how many men are affected by this?
You won't believe what I'm about to tell you. Listeners will believe it. About 17 to 19% of adult males have chronic premature ejaculation, which means it doesn't come and go. It's just always there. And the definition of it in terms of the AUA, American Urological Association, or SMSNA, which is Sexual Medicine Society of North America, if you never last more than 90 seconds during any type of sex. But I will tell you this, that a man who lasts 3 minutes or 3.5 minutes and his partner takes 18 or 15 minutes to climax, how can you not say that that guy would benefit from using a product that allowed him to last longer? There's something that's widely known in urological circles as well as sex therapist circles. It's called the arousal gap. Let's step out of the realm of premature ejaculation, just talk about the normal, average, healthy male and female. The normal, average, healthy male lasts 5 minutes and 32 seconds during penetration and thrusting. The average female takes 15 to 18 minutes to climax. It's called the arousal gap. So that's why there's 18 trillion vibrators in the world. Guys stop, start, think about baseball scores. There's all these coping mechanisms, that people use. And so you can have better intimacy if all of a sudden that equation's off of the table. I don't think there's a man alive who's been sexually active who isn't aware at some point or another there's like this devil on one shoulder, angel on the other. On one hand, you're like, oh, this feels great, I want to finish. Then the other little guy is going, no, not yet. She's not finished yet. She hasn't climaxed yet. And it creates anxiety. Anxiety and intimacy are two completely separate emotions. They should never mix. Okay? Anxiety or intimacy should be about passion. It should be about letting go. It should be about totally losing yourself and satisfying both yourself and your partner. When anxiety comes into intimacy, it's a negative effect. So this product not only helps people who have chronic premature ejaculation, it's also used recreationally. It's somewhat similar to Viagra, Cialis, Levitra. If anyone thinks they sell $9 billion a year in those products strictly to people with ED, you're very naive. There's a lot of people who just want to feel like they felt when they were 18, even though they're 50, 55. As we age, our body changes. When you're young, I know from personal experience, from talking to friends of mine and also people who use our product, men have 3 to 4 orgasms a night. They can literally have 3 separate episodes of sexual activity per night. You get to be my age, 68, after one round, I need a night's sleep, 3 meals, a workout, and everything else to be ready to go again. It's like a 24-hour refractory period for me to be ready to go again. So you want each one to count. Even when a younger male of 18 or 20, if he's experiencing ejaculation, in a lot of cases, he'll say to himself, well, I'm ready to go again 15 minutes later, and I can last a lot longer then. As we age, that's not the case anymore. People get the feeling and they want the experience. They want each one to count to the max. So that's where we came into being with this product, and that's why we've grown so rapidly.
I just wonder, it's kind of a funny situation that it takes women a lot longer to climax than it does a man. So it's kind of a funny thing in nature. And it really hasn't been addressed. I wonder if there's actually any kind of a medical reason for that, or a medical reason, why so many people, especially young men, have ED.
Well, if you think
PE rather, yeah.
Yeah. If you think about it, the penis is fully exposed. It's out there. It's easy to stimulate and ejaculate. A woman generally climaxes because of stimulation to the clitoris. There's a lot of women have hooded clitorises. They're emotionally hidden. The majority of the clitoris is not outside the body. It's inside the body. It's actually a larger organ with just a little tip outside. So it's harder to stimulate and harder to reach. So I think that's part of the reason that, it's much more difficult for a woman to achieve climax.
Yeah. Well, I'm also wondering, why sexual health and intimacy hasn't been brought out more as just another thing that we all need to deal with. What do you think it's been always such still? I mean, it's not so much now, but a taboo on talking about sexual things. It's just kind of strange, isn't it?
People always talk about how much we've progressed and how open society is. That's true, except when it comes to sex. It's so crazy. Yeah. The hurdles that we have to overcome. We have a medical advisory board. We have clinical trials. This is a certified medical condition. We can't advertise in a lot of places. We can't run commercials. Certain talk shows can't have this subject. There's still this puritanical nature in our society where people don't feel comfortable talking about sex. It's crazy. I tell people this. It's really one of the most fragile substances on earth is the male ego. No man ever has to go, I have the highest vertical leap in the world. No man has to go, I have the best bench press in the world. When it comes to sex, every man has to feel like he is the king, the Lord. He's the best there ever was. And it just boggles my mind because I've had situations. I used to have this phrase that every time this happened, you gave me $1, I'd have $10, and I'd up it to 1,000. I went to 1,000. Now I'm up to 10,000. where we'll be talking about this. Someone will say to me, "What do you do for a living?" And I'll say, "Oh, I run this company." And it'll be at a party, it'll be at a barbecue, whatever. And a bunch of people will be there. And one of the guys will go, "Oh, I didn't even know that was a problem." Then later on, either he or his wife will come up to me and go, "Hey, that is a problem. We need." It's like men, the majority of them are very tentative to admit that there's an issue and they need a problem, they need help. And I hearken back and I say this to people all the time. If a man has diabetes, there's no shame in taking insulin. If a man has cancer, there's no shame or no stigma about having chemotherapy. This is a medical issue. There's many reasons for this. Hypersensitivity to penile nerves, low testosterone, low serotonin. So why is there such a stigma, and why are people so unbelievably afraid to confront the issue that this is something that happens? And don't you really want to be the best lover possible for your partner? I mean, I don't understand why guys suffer in silence. You have no idea how many times that I know a couple and I'll be talking to them and the wife will tell me it's a big issue. The guy will tell me it's an issue. And I go, "Well, if you guys tried to address it," they go, "No, we've never acknowledged it to one another." I'm like, "Wait, you guys sleep together in the same bed. You've been married for 9 years and this is an issue."
Yeah.
And they just don't talk about it. People have a hard time communicating about intimacy, about sex.
It's so funny, isn't it? Yeah, it's so strange because, I mean, next to food and shelter, it's most, everybody's interested in sex, and it's one of the
Crazy.
process. I know.
You're exactly right. I tell people this all the time. Another little anecdote that I share with people. I know people that live in my surrounding community where I'm here in Summerlin, Nevada. They spend $2,000 a month with a personal trainer. They spend, $800 a month in grooming with hair care and nail care and all this stuff, both men and women. They spend $1,500 a month on the best clothing and everything else. So all this is done to attract a partner, let's be honest with you. But they're hesitant about spending another $100, $150 a month in keeping that partner by being better sexually. You do everything to attract a member, a potential partner, but then you don't spend as much time focusing on keeping the partner. I dare anyone to refute this scenario that I have. Everyone knows when you get into a relationship and you have good intimacy, you feel better. You walk straighter. It seems like colors are brighter. It seems like music has more depth to it. That's why there's this old saying, you always hear people say this: when I'm single, I can't buy a date. Oh my God, for some reason, no one will go out with me. But when I'm in a relationship, everyone approaches me. Everyone really and truly is interested. Why aren't they interested when I'm single? There's a real fact for that. Because when you're in a good relationship and you're having good intimacy and you feel fulfilled and also you're satisfying your partner, you just have a positive aura about you. You literally have this charisma and this chutzpah that's like, hey, I'm on top of the world. And people look and say, I want a part of that. When you're not in a relationship, you don't feel good about yourself and you're not having satisfactory intimacy. You almost appear desperate or almost like negative, and people, run away from that energy. So when people say it's really ironic, when I'm in a relationship, I have all these offers. When I'm not, it's not ironic. It's not crazy. There's a specific reason for that. The reason is because you're giving out those good vibes. Because you're in a good relationship with good intimacy, people want a piece of that aura that's around you, that energy, that positivity that you're exuding. When you're not in a relationship, why would anyone go, that guy's over there with his shoulders hunched, he's not happy, he doesn't appear that he's really enjoying life? Why would anyone want to be a part of that? The answer is they wouldn't want to be a part.
Yeah, that's some really good information. And so what I'm getting from this too, not only are your products and what you have to offer, really helpful, but it's also about educating people sexually. I think it's all about making people understand really more how important sexual health is, and that they can do something about it. So I think
100% correct. I received some criticism when we first commercialized our site. Every other person is in sexual medicine. You go to their site, and all they have to do is a funnel. Buy. And you try to leave. It's like, you sure you want to leave? this, trying to get you that hook back in. You go to our site, you'll see links to clinical trials. You'll see links to outside resources. And people go, are you trying to educate people or sell product? And I always say the same thing. The more information you have, the better educated you are, the more likely you are to choose Promescent. I have confidence in our products. All of our products have a 30-day money-back guarantee, okay? If you're not satisfied, we take the risk out of it. So what I want to do is I want you to buy the right product for the right reasons, and I want you to use it correctly. So that's why we have these tutorials from a lot of our physicians. We have these tutorials not only about why you want to use it, what it's best for, and more importantly, how to use it, how to properly dose it. Because I don't want to sell one trial size or travel size to everyone, have them never come back. I want to have happy repeat customers who come back over and over again and refer their friends. And that's been one of the bases of our success, is this network of these people. Because we have something called a Zig poll on our site that people fill out these forms after they buy a product. And it's amazing how many people, referred by a friend, referred by a family member, that type of stuff. That organic growth is key to our success. When people say, I use this product because it works, and this is a solid company to stand behind our products, and they back them up.
That sounds really good. Thank you, Jeff. We're going to take a short 60-minute message, and we'll be right back with Jeff Abraham, and we're going to talk a little bit more about your specific products and a little bit more about how we really define sexual wellness. We'll be right back.
Up feeling exhausted, stiff, and sore? Do you feel like no matter how hard you try, those extra pounds won't budge, and the energy and vitality you once had are slipping further away? If this sounds like you, don't give up. Feeling tired and immobile isn't your destiny. It's not too late to take back your energy, your youthful shape, and feel great in your body again. Meet Rico Caveglia, America's healthy aging trainer, creator of the Aging Living Lifestyle and the Vitality for Life Wellness Program. At age 83, Rico has the moves and vitality of someone half his age and has a fitness age of just 35. For over 40 years, Rico has helped hundreds of people just like you regain their energy and vitality. That's agelessliving.lifestyle.com/coaching to learn more and book your free call with Rico to see if you or your parents are a good fit for this transformational program.
All right, we are back with Jeff Abraham, CEO of Promescent. And so Jeff, tell us a little bit more. How would you define sexual wellness?
I would define sexual wellness as anyone who's happy and feels their intimacy is quality for both them and their partner. That's sexual wellness. I think one of the real negative things that has affected our society in this day and age is people aren't so much as focused, does this make me feel good? Am I satisfying their partner? It's the prevalence of porn, and it's the prevalence of everyone has cell phones, everyone has iPads, and they watch porn and they think that it's not good sex unless you have a 9.5-inch penis, the circumference of a beer can, you last 45 minutes, and then right when you're ready to climax, you run across the room and shoot your partner in the head from 20 feet away. That's insane. That would be like if every pickup basketball player compared himself to Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. And people need to understand it's not an Olympic event. It's not something that there are measurables where you go, oh my God, I got to be better than the next guy. You know what you have to do is you have to focus on the pleasure of both yourself and your partner. Yeah. And if both people feel better about their intimacy and after they have intimate relations, then you have sexual wellness in your life. You feel complete. You feel satisfied. And it's not just you feeling satisfied. I think it's most males, when you know you've satisfied your partner, it makes you feel good. It makes you feel like I'm showing her how much I care for her. And I tell men all the time, focus on your partner. Because my life has taught me, I'm 68, that if I'm pleasing my partner, I'm going to be pleased. Because if you are a decent person and you make a good living and you have a sense of humor and you get in a relationship, if you literally make sure your partner's satisfied, she's going to go, I really like this guy. I don't want him going anywhere. I'm going to make sure he's satisfied. So if you really focus on your partner, it is like paying it forward because you're going to get satisfied as well because she's going to go, I don't want this guy going anywhere else because I like what we have going here. So one of the things that I did and helped us really grow early on, we had a huge following and people loved our product. And I'd start listening to some of our customers. I am very proactive in reaching out about, especially when I see someone ordering repeatedly. How'd you find us? What brought you here? I'm happy you're enjoying the product. And they would say, well, I was only lasting 30 seconds or a minute. Now I'm lasting 8, 10 minutes. I need a lube. So we developed a line of lubes and they went very well. Then we developed a line of toys, both vibrators for females and some male masturbation products for male. You would not believe that the fastest growing segment in toys is masturbation products. That a lot of people, even in healthy relationships, still masturbate a couple times a week just to be in touch with that feeling, just to be in touch with pleasure, just so that they can either slow down, speed up, because you can control your own ejaculation sometimes by being more in touch with that feeling of inevitability going over the edge. So we added those products. And we have something called VitaFlux, which is an amino acid. It's 3 different L-arginine, L-carnitine, L-citrulline, zinc, and magnesium. So that promotes blood flow. It reverses the aging process, and it makes you much more vital. So that's how.
So Jeff, So Jeff, I was going to. That's my next question. Do you have anything for ED?
Yes, we do. We have the product is called VitaFlux, which specifically increases blood flow. Now, if you've had a radical prostatectomy or you've had, severe ED where you can't get any kind of an erection, that's not going to help you. But if you, with age, you start losing 5-10% of the firmness, that will bring that back. We also have a portal that if you need to order generic Viagra, Cialis, Levitra, you can do that too. So all those things are there. But we always suggest don't put out a candle with a fire hose. Start small and see if you can regain without going to really heavy pharmacological issues. Because no matter what you're taking, if it's a prescription drug, there's always a side effect. So you want to make sure you minimize that. So we like the holistic approach, which is work your way up. And if you run out of options, then you might want to consider something. But always start to see if some naturally occurring substances can help you out. We have VitaFlux for women too. It has those same effects. It increases her libido, but it also, when they go through menopause, it helps you, believe it or not, reinvigorate and regain the ability to moisturize. A lot of women with age, as estrogen levels, testosterone levels go down, they lose the ability to naturally moisturize. Every vein and artery in our body contains an epithelial layer. What that epithelial layer does, it keeps bad stuff out, virus and bacteria. It allows good stuff, vitamins, minerals, hormones, into the bloodstream. It's very supple when you're young. As you age, it hardens. When it hardens, it keeps bad stuff out and also keeps good stuff out. That's why a lot of men after age 50 lose 0.5% of body fat and gain 0.5% of fat every year. So you want to keep that lean muscle tissue and keep that body fat low. And so the VitaFlux softens the epithelial layer. It has the same effect for women, but for women, it also allows them to regain the ability to moisturize even in their 50s and 60s, which is important for a lot of women. So we have a full line of products, supplements, and toys now to enhance the entire sexual wellness experience.
That's so good. I just wanted to add too. I know there's, you mentioned your best-selling product, and there's a lot of people who don't have a partner, and especially for men, I know there's been studies that show that having regular orgasms is really good for your prostate gland.
They find that a lot of people who end up with prostate issues have not been sexually active. Right. Having regular release literally keeps, because a lot of men suffer from prostatitis later on in life. Right. And then bacteria that gets into your prostate, and the prostate is a gland. Nothing flows through it. It's just a gland that sits there. So if something bad gets into your prostate, you can develop severe prostatitis, and that's the case of a lot of premature ejaculation and
That's right.
start having ED, erectile dysfunction.
Right.
So express
Jeff, we're almost out of time, so I want to make sure. I know you have an offer. Give us people go to your site and they want to order a product. Tell them about your offer.
What I'd like to do is offer anyone listening to this podcast, just type in RICO20 and you'll get 20% off of anything on our website. And that's good long term. So RICO, RICO 20, RICO20. So
thank you so much for that, Jeff. We'll put that in the show notes. Really appreciate you being here. That was a great interview. And if you like today's episode, tell your friends about the Fearless Aging Show.
I'll become a regular listener and I'll refer my friends because I think this is necessary.